Hey y'all, it is me, Tracy, and welcome to another video. First of all, I want to thank y'all for watching my last video. If you didn't see it, definitely go back and check it out. We talked about polyamorous versus open relationships. We're going to talk some more about relationships today. And we're going to touch on polyandry, which is women having multiple husbands. I'm going to tell you about that show that I watched, Seeking Brother Husband. Yeah, got to tell y'all about that. And yeah, we're just going to kind of get into it. If you like videos like this and have an opinion, please share your opinion with me. Please send me questions and comments, and preferably on the actual video instead of in my DMs, or if you really have my number, texting me. Like, people had a lot of questions and comments, but yeah, definitely send me a message. But yeah, preferably on the video so I can address it. But I do want to address some things people did ask. Okay, so what y'all sipping on? First of all, tell me what you're sipping on. I was sipping on some water last time. Today we got some Rise mushroom coffee. No, it's not sponsored, but this stuff is amazing. I've actually been drinking it for months. I still drink regular coffee. I still, you know, have my Starbucks runs or whatever, but I try to drink this every day because it makes me feel so good. But yeah, I want to touch on some stuff with you guys. First, let's talk about the polyandry side of things. So polyandry versus, I guess, nothing, just polyandry all by its little self. And we're going to talk about that because it's a hot, juicy topic. So I watched the show, like I said, Seeking Brother Husband. And guys, don't forget to like the video, which means gives it a big thumbs up, please. Don't forget to share this with your friends because I know y'all want to talk about it. Yeah, talk about it. And yeah, make some comments. Put those down below because I want to read your comments. I love reading comments. I love comments. Yeah. And thank you all for the people who did comment. And I am going to address some of the questions you had about me, all up in my business. But I'm going to address it. But first, I want to tell you about this show. So again, the person I was really mainly happy to see was Kenya Stevens. So I love Kenya Stevens. I follow her on Instagram. Her profile is Progressive Love Academy. Beautiful woman, 2 great husbands, very attractive men, just living this poly life, okay? And probably living it very openly and loudly and proudly. I love her. So, and a lot of, she even does coaching, like life coaching and type stuff. So she's amazing. I would love to meet her one day. So anywho, in the show, Kenya has both her husbands. They, by the way, all live in the same home. She shares a bedroom with the second, right? And so, and her and Carl have been legally married for over 20 years, if I'm not mistaken. It's a beautiful dynamic. It's a love triangle for the ages. It's beautiful. But now she wants a third. Carl is fine with it because Carl had to, I guess, adjust to having the second. So being the first husband, having to adjust to the second husband, I guess he already has gone through the emotions, the jealousy, the, you know, the time. How do you share the time and things like that? I think he's already been through that, like how it is to deal with her cultivating another relationship, right? And that was one of the biggest questions I had too, so we'll touch on that. But yeah, Kenya is, she talked to the second husband, and by husband I don't mean they're like she's doing anything illegal, but there is a second person living in their house, and that's who she actually shares her bedroom with. She talked to him about them having their own space, him getting his own room, so that they could, I guess she could maybe start to cultivate other relationships or something as she's seeking a brother husband. So what that means is she'll have 3 husbands, so to speak. Yeah, amazing. Some of us can't keep one. Girl, what is your secret? Ooh, child, because I need to know. Yeah, I'm all ears. So I can't wait. Today is Sunday, by the way, so I'm gonna try to get this up and loaded so y'all can see this today. And if you get a chance, the show I'm talking about is Seeking Brother Husband on TLC. It comes on today. So yeah, if you get a chance to catch it, definitely catch it and comment on this video and tell me what you thought about it, because
husbands who love me.
There's definitely like a double standard when a female has multiple partners. It's, oh my gosh, she's such a slut, she sleeps around.
That was the sleeping situation. Not all
one room.
No, I have my room, and then she shares a room with him.
Oh.
You know, you were.
It brings a lot of questions up. Like, and so one of the biggest questions, like I said last week when we were talking about polyamorous versus open, one of the biggest questions I got was, well, how do you deal with someone wanting that type of relationship and the energy changing in your current relationship, or if they're not able to handle having two women? So obviously this question was from a woman, and she wanted to know, like, what is she supposed to do when the energy changes in the relationship, and you know, he's spending time over here with another woman, whether she knows about it or not. Her whole point is, what is she supposed to do? So let me address that after a sip so I can be more cognitive and alert. You see it's kind of thick. Y'all see it? Now I added creamer to it, by the way. So let me just answer that. I think it is important, before you enter into any type of situation like this, any type of relationship period, you need to be somewhat healed. Okay, we all have past trauma. We all have things that we've had to deal with. We all have things that make us who we are, and we all have our own issues, right? But if you are entering into a poly relationship, I said last time, you have got to be very open and honest with your person, your other person, and let them know, hey, you know, this is something I'm interested in, and I want you to be a part of that life with me. You have to make that part clear. Somebody has to bring it up, whether it's the man or the woman. Somebody has to bring this up, right? And that's what I was saying, like, if y'all want to watch the video together and talk about it that way, you're like, look at this crazy girl, she posted this video. Okay, anyway, so you bring it up, you have the conversation, but it has to go deeper than just, hey, you want to do this, and then y'all just fly by the seat of your pants and see what happens. That could cause problems later. But if you're feeling some type of way about it, then just always remember to keep the door of communication open, right? You always want to be able to go to your person and talk to them about, hey, you know, I know we said we were going to do this, but this is my concern. You know, how are you going to take care of me if you're over here taking care of somebody else and you're gone for like 3 or 4 days or a week or however long, or what does that mean for me? What does that look like for me? You know, when I'm used to seeing you every day or something like that, if y'all live together. So she wasn't specific as to whether or not they live together, but that would be the questions you would want to ask the other person wanting or seeking the other person out, right? And if you're a couple, like I said, you may want to actually consider doing it together as opposed to one person doing it. That may be easier starting out as opposed to having a poly open relationship where, you know, you're just ethically non-monogamous. Your significant other can go either build a polyamorous relationship or an open relationship with somebody, because that poly relationship, if they're building that with somebody, they're spending time over there. They're cultivating that the same way they did with you. You know, it's the same, you know, time and effort. There's effort and time put into relationship building, right? Now, if it's just a open, again, that's wham bam, thank you ma'am, it's quick. So that's, you want to always keep the door open for that conversation. And it's okay to change your mind. I do believe it's okay to change your mind. If you get into a situation like this and you've realized, oh my God, I'm not ready for this, I'm not healed enough for this, I feel jealous, I feel insecure, I feel like, you know, this isn't working for me, then by all means, you definitely need to have that conversation instead of torturing yourself and trying to make yourself feel like this is going to work for you. Because if you can't openly communicate with your partner, you're gonna have a real hard time dealing with it. And I do feel like if you're emotionally healed and you feel good about who you are, when your significant other is going off doing this, you don't feel like you're being betrayed. You don't feel like the energy isn't the same, because you have stuff to do too. You have your own life, you have your own hobbies, you have your own friends. Like, if you're in one of those relationships that's been all consuming and y'all are just stuck together and do everything together, then yeah, this may be difficult. But if y'all have your own lives and you do other things, you travel with friends, you know, y'all come together. Yes, you have a relationship, but you also have full separate lives outside of that relationship. And I don't mean like in the cheating type sense, literally. I mean, but you just truly have full lives. You know, if you have a full-time job, that's 40 hours a week you ain't at the house, right? So that's literally you being busy 40 hours a week. So just think about it in terms of doing things that you've wanted to do that you didn't do, maybe pursuing other dreams or side hustles you've wanted to look into. You have time to do those things while this person is exploring other relationships. And then you got to decide, do you want to bring that person into your current relationship, or would you rather keep it separate? So on this show, you know, seeking brother husband, these women are actually considering bringing these people into their home. They want their husbands, their current husbands, to be friends with these guys. They want this to be like a third member of the family type of situation, thus the title, Seeking Brother Husband. So it's like these two men are brothers, like they are together, like they, and I don't mean in a sexual way, but they are together in the sense of this is our family, and the mutual love piece is the wife, right? And it's a beautiful triangle if you think about it. Like, just imagine having two people who love you pour into you as a woman, what that would feel like. Like, I can't even imagine that, honestly. It's hard enough to get one person to pour into you. I can't imagine what it would be like to have two people pour into you, how much more at peace you could feel. Like, just imagine, like, your man buys you a house, right? Because, you know, I just feel like men provide. So the man buys you a house, and, you know, the woman creates the home, so to speak. If a man is pouring into you and loving you the way you need to be loved, just imagine the things you can do. Even if you're working, we ain't talking like if you're just a housewife, but if you're even working, like, imagine the peace you feel, not having the responsibility of paying all the bills, having to make sure the yard's done, doing all the adulting, so to speak, in the house for yourself. If somebody is actually there that has your back and is pouring into you and loving you how you need to be loved, imagine the peace that you can bring to a home. That, like, if you don't have to think about paying bills, but you still making money, you can save money for the family. You can, you know, make sure the groceries are bought. You can, you know, get all the cleaning and the laundry done. Like, when I think about all the stuff I could do, like, you know, there's just so much you want to do as a woman in a house to make it feel like home that sometimes you don't have time to do because you're so worried about other stuff. But if there's a man there and you feel safe and you feel protected, you can bounce ideas off of him. There's just so much that can go into you that you can pour out into someone else and give of yourself. You can truly, your whole feminine self can just come forward and just live and thrive and nurture and just be what you feel like you were meant to be. If there's somebody pouring into you, it's a beautiful thing, and you're able to pour into him because you're not stressed out. You're able to give him whatever he needs from you. And no, for real, like, just imagine how great you would feel at the end of the evening after you've cooked him dinner and it's time to go to bed and everything is wonderful and the house is wonderful and you're just not worried about anything. Imagine having double that. Jesus, like, that's what this seeking brother husband, it's double the love. It's different. It's very different. Like, the whole situation is very different, you know? And I think different can be good. And it's not for everybody. Like we've said before, it's definitely not for everyone. Because, yeah, sometimes two men ain't gonna be able to be in the same house. That's why the show's interesting to me. If y'all want to catch it, like I said, it's on Sundays. I don't know if I said that, maybe. Yeah, it's on Sundays. So today, I don't know what time, it's on TLC. And it is really interesting to see the different dynamics, to see the different relationships. I mean, some of them are even, their parents are on there, so they're telling their parents about it. And how they got into the situation to begin with. It even kind of talks about how it starts with them and stuff. So you really kind of get a lot of your questions answered about polyandry and what people are thinking and how they're dealing with it. And I don't know. To me, I find the whole poly world fascinating. I think it is so fascinating. I think it is absolutely beautiful when people can come together and live like this and have that sense of community and family, like even under one roof, even if it's not under one roof, whatever. It's just amazing to me that possibility, that people are actually considering these possibilities now, and of free will, not like I said, you know, in my last video about these women who are escaping polyandry and the cultish side of it, the dark side. But yeah, people doing this of their own free will and feeling really good about it. Like, that's amazing, right? It's amazing. So I really wanted to come to y'all and talk about that and what that would look like. And guys, how many of you would consider having a brother husband? Have you ever even thought about it? Because I did have some comments where people were like, yeah, me and my wife have an untraditional marriage, and I don't know what that means for you. So you could explain a little bit more there. Like, is there a brother husband there? Is there another woman there? Like, what does untraditional mean to everybody? Yeah, what does it mean to you? And so another question I got was, would you do it? Meaning back to the polyamorous versus open, right? One of the big questions I got was, would I do it? Y'all gonna tell me some good allergy medicine? Y'all see him sniffling again. And yes, I take my allergy medicine every day. So that was the question. So here's the answer. Yes, I would do it. And let me tell you why. I would do it because I feel like most of us are doing it against our will anyway. And I'm not trying to say that all men cheat, but if you are a woman, especially a black woman, and you're dating a black man, there are very few black men on the planet who are dating black women left. That's my personal opinion. I'm sure there's probably some statistics, but I'm not gonna break that down for you. And I'm not gonna even look it up because I just feel like it's true because I'm black, I live it. So I personally feel like if you are dating a good black man, and by good I mean a man who is willing to provide for you, protect you, make you feel safe, love you how you need to be loved, a true man who is willing to step up to the plate and do what men do and want to do what men do. And I feel like you will be sharing him with somebody, whether you want to or not. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think there are, because for me, I feel like, there are 40 women, black women to every black man, right, who's straight and even single. So if we talk men who aren't even married, yeah, married, single, straight, or unmarried, so single, straight, black men with jobs, yeah, that can provide, yeah, they get about, shit, they might get 50 women for each of one of them. I don't even know. I'm sure the number is ridiculous though. And if you haven't seen 13 on YouTube, you need to watch it and you'll understand why I say that too. But yeah, they're few and far between. The black men are few and far between. So if that's who you choose to date as a black woman, then you really might need to open your eyes and consider this, right? So yeah, I would consider it because I'm going to be forced into that lifestyle regardless, is my thought, truthfully. And I really believe that. There isn't much you could say to me to make me not believe that. So let's argue, right? If you feel like that it is possible for me to do that and not share, I would love to know who you are that doesn't have a woman. Because I would love, I don't see it. I just don't. Like, I don't see it. I don't think it's feasible. And that's probably crazy, but I feel like you're going to have to share. So you should get used to, or at least consider, the idea of polyandry or polyamorous relationships, because not polyandry, because then you'd have two of them. Because even Kenya's men on the show, they both have other women that they date as well. They're free to date because this is polyandry. This is not polyandry, but polyamorous relationships is polyandry for her. But yes, these are those type of relationships. So they are also free to date other people, okay? So when you think about it from that perspective, you know, her situation, yeah, she's got 2 men, but they also have other women as well. So is it really feasible that you won't find yourself in this situation someday? I think you're gonna find yourself in this situation. My battery's beeping at me, so I'm gonna change that right quick and be right back. Okay, new battery inserted. I'm back. Okay, and I got to heat up my coffee. Oh, y'all, it's so good. My mushroom coffee. Okay, so where were we? Men sharing. Yes, so I do believe that as women, we should consider this because we would have to share. And men, what do you think about it? I'd love to hear your opinions, women too as well. I'd love to hear everyone's opinion on this because what do you think about it? Are you sharing? Is my camera straight? Oh. That's better. Okay, so what do you really think about it? Like, would you consider it, women? Would you consider it in order to be with someone? And the big question I know I'm gonna get, because I got it this one last time too, was, well, isn't that lowering your standards? Isn't that not you loving yourself because you're allowing someone to just cheat on you? No, I don't believe that poly relationships are about cheating. I don't believe they're about lowering standards at all. As a matter of fact, I feel like poly love, poly life is actually more loving than your traditional monogamous relationships, because I truly believe that when you can love someone enough to let that person be themselves, you have given that person a safe space to be themselves, be open with you about how they feel, be whoever they need to be, whoever they want to be. That person, to give that person that's peace. That is, like, imagine not being afraid to come home and say to somebody, hey, you know, I'd like to go do this. Because it, you know, this person had just a cool vibe or whatever. I'd like to, you know, talk to them a little more. And imagine just being able to say okay to that. Oh, that's great, babe. Yeah, definitely. I'd love to meet her one day. Just imagine what that would do for your significant other if you could say that. Imagine how much we could all learn and grow from each other if we weren't afraid of someone taking our place, you know, because that's not what it's about. Like, it's not about feeling less of yourself. It's not about that at all. And that's what I hope people get from it. So yeah, when people ask me, well, you wouldn't do it, would you? Like, look at you, like, you wouldn't do that. And I'm like, I don't know what they think when they see me, but yeah, I would. Because, and not just because I just really believe people are going to be sharing anyway, people they love, but because I feel like, to me, it's actually a beautiful thing because I've never felt like I've been in a relationship that honest before, where people are that open and honest about how they feel. I mean, maybe once before, but you know, yeah, it's rare that you're in something with someone and there is no fear, there is no, like, I don't know how to put it, like, I guess it is about feeling safe. Like, how often have you truly felt safe enough to say whatever's on your mind to the person that you love, no matter what it was, no matter how hard it was? Like, how often have you truly felt safe enough to say, hey babe, I was thinking about this, and it'd be okay? Because that's the big part. Even if you say it, is it okay that you said it, or are you going to be judged now because you said it? Like, nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I say dumb shit, you know, but it would be nice to be able to say stuff and not get judged for it. It'd be nice to be able to do stuff and not get judged for it. It'd be nice to be able to make mistakes and at the end of the day it be okay and somebody not, I'm sorry, my hair's, I'm looking at myself. So it would be nice to just be able to be yourself and in all your flaws and still be loved, right? Like, isn't that what ultimately what we all want out of our relationships? To not be expected to be perfect, but still not lose the love, right? Like, wouldn't it be nice if she was just okay? Like, it's gonna be okay. Like, who doesn't want to hear that? Oh, it's gonna be fine. We're good. It's gonna be okay. And it actually be true though, because people say it, but they don't mean it. I've heard a lot of women say it, and ooh, y'all be in trouble. Because they be bad. Oh, they be so mad. Oh my God. Like, you almost have to be scared when mom's like, no, we good. And she give you that, we good. And dude just shut down because he's scared, as he should be. But imagine if she meant it. Like, imagine like not feeling insecure in your relationship, even if there's another woman there. Imagine feeling like, oh yeah, that's my sister wife. You know, imagine what that would feel like. You know, what would that look like? You know, what would it look like to have someone there to help with the kids and help you go get the groceries? Because I hate going to the grocery store by myself. I ain't gonna even lie. I'd almost rather order the stuff off Ship. Shout out to Ship. Love Ship. But yeah, imagine what it would be like to have that best friend there, so to speak. Like, you would have, like, I think it's cool. Same thing with, you know, the polyandry. Those guys, like, y'all, if y'all go watch this show, I'm telling you, you're gonna be surprised. These guys are like buddies. Like, you would think they're just like, they're besties, they're buddies. Like, they do, you know. And then they love this one woman. It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. Same thing if you do the polyamorous stuff. It's the same type of situation. If it's another woman, you still, you know, there's still that love there, that best friend love there. That was like the Rise family I was telling you. Those women, they're so cool with each other. They get along so good. They're such good friends, and you can see it. Like, it's beautiful, y'all. Sometimes you have to focus on the bigger picture, which is family and community, and not be selfish about it. Like, kids can get a lot out of it, you know, because everybody's not going to be 100% of the time. So sometimes if she's feeling down and you have a second wife, maybe the second wife can pick up some slack, you know. It's a shared household. It's shared responsibilities. It's sharing. Sharing is caring. That's what Barney always said. Y'all remember Barney? Yeah, if you my age, you do. But yeah, it's life can be beautiful if we allow it to be, and if we're open and honest about who we are. And I just really want to encourage people to look at life with open eyes and an open mind and an open heart, and just think about what are the possibilities. Like, what's possible when you really allow yourself to let your guard down, trust in the person you love them how they need to be loved, and just truly open your heart to them and allow them to be themselves. No judgment, no jealousy, just pure unconditional love. What would that look like in your relationship? Would it look like this? Would it look like poly? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? It's so much to think about. Tell me what you think. Have y'all talked about it? Couples out there, have y'all talked about it? Have you revisited it? Visited it? Lord knows it's a subject to visit. So definitely let me know. I would love to know if y'all have talked about it with your significant other. Again, definitely don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's Sunday. Don't forget to watch the show Seeking Brother Husband tonight. And yeah, wow. Let me know what y'all think. And I'll probably drop another one before next weekend. I'll probably give it a couple of days and drop another video. hopefully y'all will have watched the show. If I don't watch it tonight, I'll watch it tomorrow. I got some stuff I gotta do. You know, it's Sunday. A girl gotta wash clothes and get ready for the week. So, because I do work, so I gotta get all that done. But yeah, let me know. I'm really curious about you guys' thoughts. Share them with me. Definitely leave a comment below. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. It's free. It costs you nothing. It costs you nothing to subscribe. Share it with your friends. Tell them to subscribe. And yeah, let's do this thing. Let's talk about our opinions, what we think about relationships, what we think about love. I have found some other stuff. So next time, we're definitely going to continue the poly discussion. But there's also some other stuff I want to touch on with you guys. These guys I found here. I'm going to let you listen to one of them on Instagram. Y'all? Is that him right there? That might be him right there. One guy, he's always mad. I don't even know who he is, but here, listen to this.
You can't fully embrace your femininity with, that's not a man for you. If you cannot be soft, if you cannot defer because you trust this man's leadership, that's probably not a relationship you need to be in. It's gonna be men that's gonna make you seem like you asking for too much when you asking for a man to take care of his mother business. Provide for your family. Protect us. Not just physically. Protect me emotionally, bro. Don't have me wondering where you at, who you with, what you doing, whose DMs you with. How you expect me to be the best version of me as a woman for you when my brain ain't even secure enough to know that I'm the only woman you with? And then there's men on the internet being prideful about cheating. I'm a high value man. I should be able to cheat. And you wondering why these women ain't submitting to y'all? This don't make no sense.
So, my thing with that, this is why you need to have this conversation, because a lot of high value men do feel that. It's all over the internet now, where, like he's saying, where these men are out here bragging about cheating, right? When in all actuality, these women are very upset. This is what's happening right now. So women, I hope that when you see this, you maybe look into this poly situation. Look into it, because polyamorous stuff is happening all around us. It's just involuntary, I think. And I think if you love someone and you value him, then maybe have that conversation. And the men, the high value man who's out here doing this, if you get to see this video, definitely, you know, comment. Have you had the conversation? Have you tried to have the conversation? If she was not open to the conversation, maybe send her the video, share it with her, and let's be like, see, I'm not crazy. Because I think any relationship, I think either man or woman, you should be able to talk to that person and ask, hey, I know we've been kicking it for a while, or I've been married to you for 2 to 10 years, whatever your situation is. You should be able to go to that person and say, look, we have grown to this point together, right? I want you to grow with me further, but maybe in this direction. And open the door to poly to that person. But ask the question. Don't just like what he's saying, all this out here just cheating and running around, the secrets, the jealousy, the hate, the fighting. Like, don't nobody need that kind of stress. Women don't need that kind of stress. And if you open the door to a poly situation, if you open your mind to it, if you just go look into it with an open mind, do your research, talk to your significant other about it. Y'all, you never know where these relationships could go. People don't have to be hurt. People don't have to be angry. People don't have to be divorced. These relationships don't have to fall apart. You can love your partner, your spouse, whoever your significant person is. You can love that person through all of this. Trust me. You just have to have an open mind and an open heart and the willingness to do it. That's all there is. So don't think less of yourself for considering it, because really you should think very highly of yourself for being able to love someone on that level. because I think that's a beautiful thing when you can truly love someone the way they really need you to love them. I think that's a big thing, to be able to do that. It's a very unselfish thing to do, and a lot of people may not be able, but you know, it may take some time. It may take some conversations. It may take 50 more videos for y'all, and I'm willing to give you that. I am here for you as your support. I'll be very supportive because I think it's beautiful. I do. And I don't even really know that much about it, but I have looked into it for the last 10 years. I've studied it a lot. So I just think it's really interesting. I think it is a very interesting concept. So we're going to share some more about this, definitely. I just want you guys to hear that because, like I said, we're going to touch on different types of relationships and how some of those could possibly be better with the poly situation added to it. Like what he's talking about. Obviously, if men are out here cheating, that means they want to be with more than one person, which means they would be okay being poly, right? So maybe their girlfriend or significant other would be too. Maybe they just haven't brought it up. So figure out a way to open that door, to open that line of communication. And I think that's the biggest thing. Communication is the key. Y'all, communication is the key. If you love somebody and you can communicate with them openly and honestly, you can conquer the world, child. You really can. So I'll see you guys in my next video. We're going to close it down here. If you have any questions or comments, definitely leave those below. And we're going to talk about this again. And we're going to talk about other different types of relationships. And yeah, we'll just see where everything goes. See you guys in my next one. Bye.